Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I'm actually in here with a German distiller called St. Kilian, a brand new distillery that's opened up 3 years and about 4 months ago. And what I have is a distillery only. This is a single malt whiskey, distillery only, hand filled. This is actually an Islay cask. So let's see if I can, very good. So what they do is they take their unpeated spirit, put it in an Islay cask, and then let it mature for 3 years. In this case, actually, it was July 13th, 2016, they distilled. July 19th, 2019, they bottled. So 3 years and 3 days. That's very, very great. 49%, so they actually diluted it down a little bit. If you look at another hand fill that I had from the distillery, this is in chestnut. This is also 3 years and about 3 weeks. If you take a look at the difference in colors, this is day and night. Yeah, I'm going to explain two things. So let's pour a little bit and let's talk a little bit about this. So my personal experience is that I would say a little bit too much. When you pour, it just flops out. It pours out. It's nice, but it's all sometimes it's like I want this much, and it's like oops, got this much. In the world of whiskey, my impression is that we just leave alone, get rid of the blends for the moment. Of the single malt whiskeys out there, I would say about 70% are non-peated, about 30% are peated. Islay is not the biggest place in the world. There's not that many distilleries. In Speyside, there's many, many more. And now my personal impression is that in Germany, instead of 70-30, there's more or less a 50-50. So 50% of the whiskey in Germany, single malt that's drank, is peated. They love their peat in Germany. Everything has to be peated, peated, peated. Maybe that's why Bart here from Scotch Test Dummies just loves the peat. Those good German roots are there. Now, the second thing that's very, very interesting here is this I loved from the texture of my mouth. This is a very silky, very smooth 3-year-old. It's 59.9%, and yet the alcohol was so totally integrated into this whiskey that it was barely even noticeable. On the contrary, over here, the nose, everything, I might be totally wrong, but it's always Lagavulin, Lagavulin, Lagavulin. I'm not the peat head, so who knows? And of course, it's just the cask. They put their spirit in there and just extracting that former smoke that cask had absorbed beforehand. Now what really surprises me, well, first of all, there's not even a faint hint, there's a good amount of smoke in here. It's amazing how much a cask can actually give back to a spirit. And the second thing that really amazes me is how hot 49% can be. 59% silky, smooth, nice. 49% was pepper. Why? Now, chestnut seems to have a much better way of absorbing and transforming a raw spirit into a mature whiskey. It takes off the edges, it smooths everything out, it just gives a lot color as well as flavor, and takes that raw alcohol and turns it into a fine, fine spirit. Over here we have an Islay cask. Now what does it mean an Islay cask? An Islay cask is usually a bourbon cask that went to Islay and became a first fill, second fill, and third fill Islay cask. Now, what happens is they put their spirit into that cask for maybe 12 years, maybe a little bit longer. So imagine 4 years in the States, 12 years, 12 years, 12 years, 36, 40 years old the cask should be about now, at least, if not longer. And the cask is getting tired. Even the guys that are in Islay go, if we put our spirit in there, nothing happens to it, yeah? Because the wood is more or less leached out. So they sell these casks, for example, to someone in Germany, and the people in Germany go, yeah, we get to have peaty whiskey, own of the peat, let's go for it. And they take their spirit, put it in there, and then after 3 years they take it out and they look at it and go, oh, where's the color? Well, there's no color because the casks are almost dead. They're not giving us much color, and also what they're not doing is actually they're not rounding off and transforming that spirit into a silky, smooth, wonderful thing. Instead, they're just imparting a little bit of that smokiness that was left in the wood. It's probably a wet cask, and that's all we get, especially after 3 years. Now, I've had some very, 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 very nice spirits that have been even lighter than this in color, 20-year-old grains, some 12, 14-year-old single malts that just had been perfect in an old cask. It was like, wow, this is really good. But not after 3 years. And this is a 3-year-old, 3-day product. And of course, an old, tired Islay cask can't change a new make into a perfect whiskey within 3 years. A new chestnut cask, maybe. A new virgin oak. Yeah, that's what they do in Kentucky all the time. No problem. But using an old, tired cask and expecting after 3 years a miracle, what we get here is a nice, hot, good, is it lightly peated? For me, it's actually mediumly peated whiskey. On the nose, it's that chocolatey type of almost Port Charlotte moment, actually. But whoever knows Port Charlotte, it means it's actually Bruichladdich. Or Bruichladdich. It's okay. The smoke comes then, at the end it's hot. I guess they picked the 49%. They didn't want to go all the way down to 46, so they tried to, I'm sure at 59 it was a, give me the fire extinguisher. But this is just something that's not. This is a one-off thing. This is a distillery only. This is unique. This is a unicorn. This is a specialty. This is exotic. Why not? But it's never going to go into production like this. Let's wait and see. There might be some interesting things out there. They'll be 6 years old one day, and they were maybe 2 or 3 of these ex-Islay casks. They'll just batch them together, put them out on the market, give you 1,000 or 2,000 bottles of it, and have, ta-da, a special edition. That's going to be very interesting. But at the moment, this is actually more of a C- for my taste. I gave this a C- as well, even though they're just like polar opposites in the taste scale. Islay, hot, nutty, soft, silky, nice. Value for money, 40 euros, 49 euros, I guess, maybe at the distillery. I'm going to give it a C. You get the experience of going there. You get something special, something that everyone has. Why not? Yeah, my question of the day is, what is your favorite distillery on the island of Islay? So what distillery do you like the most from Islay? I'm going to go with Bruichladdich because they also produce non-peated whiskies. Yay! But I know other people are going to say Artbig, others are going to say Lagavulin, others are going to say Lefroy, others are going to say, I don't know, whatever. All right? So thank you very much for watching. My videos come out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I review rare and exotic whiskeys no one else has done a review on yet so far in YouTube. And I hope you like it. If so, please thumbs up, please write a comment, and I will see you soon. Whiskey Jason here. Whiskey from the viewpoint of an American. Bye-bye.